Hello everyone, good morning, or depending on what part of the world you are or time you're viewing this, good afternoon and good evening. Video for today. The absolute fucking lunacy, the liberal cesspool that my country has become. I'm Canadian, by the way, and of course, some bullshit like this would only happen in Canada, or possibly Australia or the UK, because those have turned into liberal cesspools, for the most part now anyways. Thank God I'm in Alberta. Yay, Daniel Smith. Video for today. This absolute bloated gas bag moron, pathetic excuse of a cop, at a town hall meeting, community hall meeting, tells the concerned citizens to leave their key fobs and car keys by the front door in the case that a home intruder or burglar breaks in intending to steal the car. They have easy access to your keys and car and won't go further into your house to hurt you. That's what that's become now. This was the actual suggestion given by a cop at a town hall. And I tried to do this video a number of times without getting too angry, without yelling and cussing and swearing, which I do anyways a lot, but anyway, here are the news reporting on it, so let's take a listen, shall we?
See you. The story everyone's kind of talking about in this city.
It's gone viral. It really has.
And it's gone national as well, and people can't quite believe it, but it's worth revisiting again, and Melissa's talked about this already. Car thefts are what they are in the GTA. This is not a new issue. Home invasions to get to your car keys are unfortunately increasing and getting more violent. Terrifying stuff. So, last month at a safety meeting, Constable Mark...
In case anyone was wondering, in the last 2 years, the rate of most crime, burglaries, break-in Toronto has increased. Auto thefts and car thefts and anything to doing with cars, vandalism, getting your tires slashed, they have skyrocketed, especially in the year of 2023.
Ricciardi of Toronto Police had a suggestion about where to put your keys with all of these break-ins happening. For those who haven't heard or seen this, again, here it is.
To prevent the possibility of being attacked in your home, leave your fobs at your front door. Because they're breaking into your home to steal your car. They don't want anything else. A lot of them that they're arresting have guns on them, and they're not toy guns, they're real guns. They're low.
What's that? What's that? They're real guns? They're real guns? But that's impossible. That's impossible, Officer Fuckface. How can that be when there was a handgun freeze? There was a handgun freeze in Canada in 2021, which prohibited the sale to civilians of handguns. They want you to know, by the way, this is Bill C-21, a national freeze on handguns, not a ban. They really want you to know it's not a ban, because look here, what the freeze means for individuals. Bill C-21 is not a national ban on handguns in Canada. Individuals can continue to possess and use their registered handguns and can sell or transfer their registered handguns to exempted individuals or businesses. All that means is if you've owned a handgun before the freeze, you can still operate and use your handgun at gun ranges. And you can still sell and transfer to exempt individuals. Exempt individuals, all that means are people who are grandfathered in, which is few and far between, and places such as museums, exhibits, things of that nature. So, even selling them as props for theatrical things. What the freeze means. I'm going to go through this really quick so I can get back to the video. Oh, it says right here, the exempt individuals. Anyone who holds an authorization to carry handguns, individuals who train, compete, or coach in a handgun shooting discipline that is on the program of the International Olympic Committee or the International Paralympic Committee. But this is the one I want to say. Authorized retailers can continue to import and sell handguns to other businesses, i.e. gunsmith, museums, valuable goods carriers, retails. film and theatrical industry, and to law enforcement, defense personnel, and exempted individuals. So, you as a homeowner who want to defend your home against assholes cannot have a handgun. But the liberal government's private security can. Cops can. And of course, assholes who want to break into your house, shoot you, kill you, maim you, and steal your car. Because they don't obey the law, because we all know that once something becomes illegal or restricted, that thing stops existing, right? Anyways, just point I wanted to bring up for that very reason. When that smarmy fuckhead said, "Oh, they're real guns." Well, of course they're real guns. They can have their real guns, but we as homeowners, we as law-abiding citizens can't. Back to the video.
Loaded.
So the commentary on that was, as you might expect, thick. Toronto police yesterday on Twitter had to post the following. An officer at a recent community meeting suggested that people leave the keys to their vehicle in a bag of some sorts by the front door. While well-meaning, there are better ways to prevent auto theft-motivated home invasions.
This is so pathetic because they didn't even retract the statement. They released a statement not apologizing, not retracting it, going, "Oh my God, we are so embarrassed by that individual officer's comments on how to prevent home invasion, on how to prevent auto theft." All they said was well-meaning, there are better ways to prevent auto theft-motivated home invasions. Yeah, like having a fucking gun. Assholes.
Shaw, where would you like to start with this?
Well, I mean, I think I'm glad that the Toronto Police released that, and I do think that is correct. I'm sure that was a well-meaning, well-intended statement, but when you look to people to protect us, it seems a funny piece of advice. You know, there's logic, and yeah, if someone's breaking into my home to get a car, I'd rather them just take the car and leave me out of it. But I certainly have been told before to get the fobs and the keys and the stuff away from the front door. I mean, we've also been told that. So it's a bit confusing and ultimately it's terrifying, it's scary.
I know they're on TV and they can't tell you what they really think because of policy and code of conduct and everything. So it's not like she's going to go, "That fucking idiot doesn't know what he's talking about. What a stupid asshole." But just the fence-sitting, wishy-washy kind of attitude that she has, and her other co-host too, where it's like, "Well, I think that, yeah, it was well-meaning, and it's a little confusing, because what are we supposed to do? Like, leave our keys at the front door, or take our keys?" Really? Really? Can you not think for yourself? Do you not have common sense? Do you seriously think, woman on TV here, do you honestly believe that was any type of good advice? Like, at least tell us what you think in a professional way. Just be that what that officer said was absolutely outrageous and ridiculous. Something like that. Me as a homeowner who has children, I'm not talking about myself, I'm just assuming, if she is, leave your keys at your door. She should be more passionate about this. She should be... It's irritating that even the newscasters are acting like, "Oh, well, now hang on. Maybe he is on to something." I mean, it sounded odd, but, It's like a goddamn South Park episode. It seriously is. It seriously is. It's so infuriating and ridiculous. And, I mean, I feel like every single member of our government and law enforcement is some sort of like malfunctioning robot from a different planet or something. This is so... My God, this is making me angry.
It's deadly, and it's a real problem in the city, Ross.
In 2023, according to Toronto Police, home invasions, along with break and enter specifically for auto theft, rose 400%. That's just in Toronto. We're not talking GTA numbers. That's just in Toronto. I think we all get what his premise was here.
Yeah.
And if they're going to break into your home, let's avoid them going deep into your home. Like, I get that for 4 seconds. But my biggest issue with this is, and I was out here defending it. Toronto police not that long ago were saying we need more money from this mayor.
I was just going to say that's it.
All right?
Yes.
And I
Yes.
listen, and Toronto police garner a lot of different emotions for a lot of different very real, factual reasons. But I defended a lot of that in that budgetary talk, in the lead up, in the 18 seemingly months it took to finalize that budget. I was like, look, Toronto police, you like them if they're there sometimes, maybe they need the money. This is a ridiculous story to have out. After they complained their way, there's no other way to define it, to more money in the Toronto budget, that Mayor Chow eventually did give them. They were always getting more.
There was some pressure there. There was some campaigning
there was a
there.
ton.
Yeah,
there was a ton. This is not a comment that makes any actual sense to people or makes them feel good. And Toronto police need to check themselves on this issue. The car issue is growing. The safety issue is growing. And we would like to know that it is full court press the other way. I understand locking the door stops, all this alarms, a lot of people, extra camera out front, doing all the things. I don't want to hear this. No one wants to hear this. I think we're all on the same page here. And an embarrassing moment for Toronto police in a time where they complained that they weren't being given enough respect. Respect is earned. Okay, don't be saying this and expect the support that you immediately demand when it comes to budgetary needs. And I'll leave it at that.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about from earlier. Like, this guy is angry. This guy is angry that a cop, a professional, an authority on the matter of crime and hostile, what's supposed to be an authority on the matter, whose sole duty it is to serve and protect the citizens of the city that he's assigned to be in, whose sole duty is to do that. This guy is pissed, and you could hear it in his voice, and I love it that finally someone is passionate and angry at such a stupid fucking statement being uttered by what is supposed to be a civil servant protecting people. And I love it. I love it. This is what I mean, where this guy isn't Fence City. He's just, no, that was a complete embarrassment, and you should feel embarrassed, and that is ridiculous. Anyways, that's pretty much the end of it. And that's mostly all I have to say about it. And look, I know in the beginning of this video, I came down really harsh on that cop, and I'm not going to backpedal on it. I'm just, for the sake of my own sanity, I'm going to do what they do and really, really try to reach and try to see where he was coming from. Okay? It could be the case, and it probably is. Maybe those aren't actually his words. Maybe he's not the best at media training or talking publicly, and he was probably under pressure to say some middle ground, lukewarm type of peaceful resolution where everyone is safe and secure. Maybe it was some dumb bullshit like that. In fact, it probably was. He's probably under pressure too to, keep the peace. Okay? Keeping that in mind, though, that was an absolute fail. And like this newscaster said, this guy in the middle here, an embarrassment. It basically read as, what that cop said sounded more like and read as, we as the police are going to ensure that the criminals and burglars get exactly what they want, and it's up to you, homeowner, law-abiding citizen, innocent bystander, to give them what they want. And if you don't, we're going to punish you. And that's what it read as. And hearing that from the mouth of a cop, from the mouth of a police officer, again, civil servant, whose sole duty it is to protect civilians, is rage-inducing. It's rage-inducing. I know this was a long one, and it was very, very ranty, but I just had to vent. I did. Thank you for listening, whoever you are, and I hope you have a nice day.